Well, thank you for joining me here tonight. This is Ron Owens, reporter here for YouTube, and I want to share this information. More talking about visions tonight here. I've been wanting to do this special, rather say here. Of course, for me being a TV or YouTube journalist, and I see a lot of stuff, especially when you got your camera out there and filming breaking news, house fires, or the abnormal, or anything out there. You know what I mean? The stuff that you see daily, that you see on the news, or you hear about it in the headlines. But I constantly, or lately, I've been having a lot of dreams, visions, I'd rather say, at night. And some of them are very graphic, and some of them are not. But I want to talk to you about this one particular vision I had in my dream. When I say dreams, some people say men have dreams and young men have visions. So for me, being 35, I see dreams. Vision, excuse me. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this. I was in this vision, and all of a sudden, like I said here, I am awake in this vision. It's like during the day, I'm in a home, my house, and my friend, who was a female, I had no intentions of being with this person in my life whatsoever. And she, at this point in time, was pregnant. And it looks like she's been wounded, like someone beat her up or something real bad. But at this point in time, she had bandage all around her, like she was bandaged up, that you wrap around a mommy, like, in a way. So I noticed that in my vision. But like I said, I'm very spiritual. I'll go out, reach out over there to hug her and comfort her and tell her everything's gonna be all right. Cause it's just me being a gentleman and what a person should do when someone's hurt or feeling hurt. So all of a sudden I begin to hug her, and all of a sudden it's a look above myself, above my head. I looked up, and I seen planets. These planets was like Earth, shaped just like Earth, and one was like, it looks like it was sort of like a bluish planet. One looked like it was red, and it was 3 round Earth planets, very big. They appeared, and it looked like I was looking in some kind of 4D or 3D dimension area. It looks like a 3D image, I'd rather say. And they appeared over my head, and I'm like, oh my Lord, what is happening? What is going on? I was confused, but at the time I was hugging this young woman of mine, which was my friend at the time. She went away. But the planets remained over my head. One had a ring around like Saturn, but the other planets was just shaped nice and big. So I never understood that, but it's always in my mind, and that vision comes up. So it's something to think about. If you having vision out there, let me know. I just really want to know. And I want to share another thing that's I've been dealing with as well. Another vision I received that one time I was walking on the street, and I noticed people was acting very strange in this vision, and people was different. Like people was going around doing all kind of crimes, or all kind of things you don't see happening, but it's actually happening on movies. Sexual stuff or anything out there. It was just terrible. Like I must be living in some kind of bad movie or something. It's very, very bad. But people was doing all kind of stuff, and they wasn't regular people. They were like angels transforming themselves as humans, because they was performing, like I said in the Bible, sexual immortality or sin and all that stuff that was going on in my vision. But they will fly to and from this location that was like in some kind of tower, and then you have to go inside of the tower and go down, and they will go up, and then as you see inside that tower, if you can get over it, and you'll see like these little fishes that were swimming around. And once they develop, they'll start to fly up, and they leave that tower and go out to the planet, like this planet. And people would be different. People would have walk around in nudity. They would, all that kind of stuff was going on. It was crazy. You see people driving down the car, just going down, smiling. Everybody was like, had this kind of strange feeling, all about romance and sex. All that was going on in my vision. I said, this is weird. This is a very weird vision. Okay. Another vision I had, and this pretty much happened in the daytime. Like I said earlier, I was talking on the phone with one of my family members, and they was telling me, telling them that as I was looking outside and I was on the phone at the same time, I was looked like stuff was just falling out the sky, like like you see a comet, right? And this comet was actually coming down and all around, but it was like different at different points of time. Different times during the day, I would see these comets like zoom, 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 like that. I'm like, man, is I the only one seeing this? And I said, man, this is some weird stuff. And I thought maybe hallucinating, or my medication, or is on drugs, this, that, like drugs. And said, no, I don't do drugs. And my blood pressure was fine and normal, and I've just had so many visions, day visions as well, and I have, like I said, a lot of dreams at night. And like I said, sometimes I dream like I'm flying, or one time I had dream like that I closed my eyes in this dream, right, and as I'm sleeping, this vision, excuse me, I'm ready to say vision, because at this time I'm traveling through space, and like I would wake up and I'm seeing the blackness of space, and it's like in my mind, in that vision I had, it was like a silky curtain. I said, what is beyond the blackness of space? Is it what man thinks is infinity? There's no end to blackness of space? But this point of my vision, I look beyond the blackness of space. And it seems like I seen a curtain that, like if you move your curtain, it's a very silky curtain, but it was made of black. But if you move that curtain back and forth, you begin to see a peak of light. And this light was so bright, I never seen that light ever before. Like movie you seen on The Matrix, you seen Neo walks through that door and it's pure light, and he turns pretty much light as he go through that door. That's how it was. It was brighter than that. And all of a sudden, as I begin to go through that door, or that curtain, I woke up. Strange, isn't it? And that's not because I seen the movie Matrix. Okay, anyways, another vision I had. I'm asleep now. And a lot of times when I'm sleeping or resting, visions come to my mind when I'm resting. But this lady had knocked on my door. She said she claimed that she knocked on my door. I'm out cold. But when I woke up, she said, well, where was you? I said, I was in my room, in my bed, asleep the whole time. I said, I didn't see you. Must have went up and went somewhere. I said, man, I've been in my room the whole time. I didn't get up, didn't go to the bathroom. I don't have no memory of getting up or going to the bathroom. But I had a vision that day that I was going somewhere in my vision. So what if you think maybe I disappeared? Or maybe the good Lord himself didn't want her to let me know that I was there at that time. He was trying to show me something, and he didn't want nobody to interfere what he was trying to show me, so he had to make like that I wasn't there. Or I appeared that I wasn't there, but I was there. So just like it also, to back this up, that in the Bible it says that when soldiers was out there in the field and Lord and they was concerned about, hey, your army, and let them know, Lord, let them see that we're not alone, and that the angels are with us. But God opened up the other army's eyes, and they seen angels along with the other army, the army that was out there in the field, because they were scared. They said, wow, their eyes was opened up. They seen all those angels backing up the other army, because it was just a few of that little army. So that's amazing. So that's how I know. Maybe I was invisible to her eye, but I was still actually laying there, and she didn't really see me, notice me. Whew, that is something. Or could it be I was in another dimension? I'm just playing. But maybe that really was true. That's possible, because all things are possible with Christ Jesus. And you never know what could happen with that situation that she dealt with. But I was arguing up and down that night and telling her, yes, that I was here the whole time, and I didn't go nowhere. So Lord probably didn't want her to see me at that time, because God was trying to reveal something to me that day. Because it happened sort of like in the daytime, I was resting in the day. I'm sorry to confuse when I said night. So there's been a lot of visions I've received, and I try to write it down and try to record it. And now I have the privilege to put it out there live right now on YouTube, and let you know what I think about these visions. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people else hear these visions as well, or have these visions or dreams, and see things as unknown phenomenons, or strange occurrences, is events that are happening, and you just have to do your research and study and understand what's actually going on. And because I know I have several, I'm not boasting and bragging about myself, but I know I have gifts and talent. I see things that people don't see, and it's been there since day one, since I was young, very young, a child really. And I know there's some things I can sense stuff, and it was always like a gift. And I thought it was like considered ESP or some kind of psychic reading or something like that. But some of the gifts is very unknown to me, but some of the gifts I do recognize, I understand. And like I said again, some gifts I really I can't not comprehend it unless someone had the knowledge of understanding. And I might agree with them if it seemed more sensible to me. I think, hey, maybe that's it. Maybe you're right. You know what I mean? I don't agree on everything. But even though I'm a TV journalist, I listen to every side of opinion, and I try to be reasonable with that, and try to go with that, and don't take that side, but listen to both sides of the story. Then that's how it happens. Oh, I'm very happy for my friend. He's a conspiracy theory radio announcer. What they call him? Clyde Lewis. I'm not familiar with his name, because he is a friend, because I love his station. It's very cool. It's on Ground Zero. It's Ground Zero station. That's what he call it. And Mr. Clyde, and if you're out there tonight, and I love hearing your stories on Monday through Friday, especially it starts at 8 o'clock and goes all the way to 12 at night, or maybe 1 in the morning. So it's very interesting to hear his station, and it's a lot of facts and fiction and this and that, and it's just a lot of good information. I love it, but some things it's beyond my comprehension. and beliefs, because a lot of people say it calls in different stories or witness a lot of stuff, and so I'm like, I don't know about all that, but that's life. I mean, that's your opinion. Hey, you can say anything you want. It's a free country, so you can do whatever you want in that area to talk, discuss topics, and bring up this matter and this and that. So that's how it is. But that was on my mind. Like I said, I have so many visions. I want to share more. Can't think of it right now, but I do have that. But it's been cobweb in the back of my mind, and I have to, scrape the cobwebs out and try to get it back into my, focus of my memory. So I tell you, it's a lot that I deal with, and yes, thank you. Okay, one day I was in a park, right? And I noticed this park was like an old park. It's very old, and it was like nasty. People, it was just like people that was, I wouldn't call it nasty, forgive me, but it was like people that was sitting down in some area, and they didn't really have nowhere to go, but some people was there just to hang out, a spot. But there was rumors that park was not really people there. It was more demonic. So this park, I noticed these people was like young people, very, very young, these like kids. And they were sitting there, laying there in the park. And this park was like, they was laying there, just laying there like adults would do, like cuddling, really, to say. And they said, get away from us. And I'm just passing through the park, going a short way through wherever I was going. I don't know where I was going, but I was going through the park. I noticed them. They said, get away, like they was afraid or fearing. All of a sudden, I got so close to them, they start flying off like crows. Black crows flew off. I mean, it was a black boy and a black girl, and they just flew off like crows, like. And I said, what in the world? I said, I thought those kids just sitting there in the park just chilling. But when I start approaching them, like a bird actually getting ready to come close. You mean you getting ready to walk up on a bird and it knows you there and start flying off, but they disappear as crows. Like they turn into crows flying off. I said, man, this is weird. Okay, then, and I led on into my vision. I sat down, guy that he had a bus. It's a homeless guy. He was gay. He was on a bus, and I supposed to be like a minister in some kind of clergy collar, and I had a black uniform on. I had supposed to be gay, but at the time, right, I was talking to him about the Lord, and I said, Lord, brother, you change, and I started acting real strange, like I was trying to come on to my friend, and he was, I don't know what was going on at that time, but at that point in time when we was talking, and I said, you got something on your face? He said, what's on my face? He started grabbing his face like this, and it was like his skin came off of his face like a piece of bologna. Now the bologna, it turned the face skin, the skin of his face turned bologna. It just came off like that. Then when he peeled that bologna off his face, he pretty much like his skin was there, all over again. Then I turned back to give him the Bible. He vanished. Okay, and I was like, okay, I gotta go. Then after that, I came back again, and I was, going to go back to the park, see what was going on. Let me tell you the truth. I went to the park to see what was going on again. This time I had a camera because I was going to film it. It was getting very dark that time, but those same kids with the same spot, and they said, get away. And as I started to approach them, they flew off like crows again, transformed like crows and flew off, like I said. And that was the weirdest dream I ever encounters and had in my career dreams or visions, rather say. So another vision I had, it was okay, I'm gonna tell you more about this one here. My grandma was a young person, very young, probably about 9 years old, and I was in this house where one of my other grandmothers, my great grandmother, named Miss Rosa, which has passed away now for quite some time. She's been deceased for a while now. And I was in her old house, which is pretty much knocked down. There's nothing there left. There's nothing but grass. And now maybe a new highway been moved over that area because it's located in the area where I'm from. So anyway, and they put a new highway there. So at this point in time, I'm there at this house. Inside of it, it's blue, of course. I went inside this house, and they were shooting. Family members were discussing about something. I was looking at, supposed to be my father. I looked at him, and they was arguing and stuff, fighting. And all of a sudden, they start pulling out a gun. They was shooting. I ran out the house, but I didn't realize I got shot until I looked down at myself as I left out the door. And I noticed my grandma pulled up trying to find me because I had ran away from her house. So she came out the door of her car along with my cousin, and she screamed out my middle name. And they always go by my middle name. And that's how I answer my family today. So they screamed it out real loud. And she fell, she tripped over my cousin as she was trying to find me in the house, coming around the house, because I left out the other side of the house, but she was parked on the other way. So she tripped, and she did a tumbler, a roll, like a crocodile doing a death roll. That's how she did. She was rolling. Then all of a sudden, I was looking again. It's like everything froze in time. The picture of her falling, the house, just the door was still open. Like when you open the door, it should this kind of screen door should automatically close back. It didn't. It just froze in time. It just stuck. Everybody was stuck. And then I started to hear this some kind of, like you hear a tornado coming through, or the wind is widening when the wind's blowing real hard and the wind gets through the air cracks of the window. The wind gets through the air cracks like that. Then all of a sudden I seen like something rolling up, like you see a footage just rolling up. And all of a sudden I start to see this electrodes coming out of like a ball, like a energy ball. This ball like this, it was like energy. And it had like little atom cells, whatever you call it. These things was like electrodes is going to and from that ball, and sparking all around, but it made a noise, and the ball spinning around like a top, and it went like that. And as that happened, the picture, I didn't see that picture no more, but I only seen that ball and the nutrient, whatever you call it, the energy that was coming from that ball that was hitting these little parts of like a magnet. It was hitting these little parts of magnets that was around. It was going to and from, and that ball was just spinning around. And in the middle of that center of that ball, it had like energy lights too that was coming in the middle of, in the center of it. But also I noticed that you can also see little squares are also around that ball that was transparent. You can see through it, but you also can see, like I said, through that ball, see the energy. It made that noise just spinning around like that. And all of a sudden I was in another picture. This time it looks like I was flying, and I was flying through time. I was flying. I went over to my cousin's house, and I went to my girlfriend, like I was in some kind of hell in a way, because I was flying, but it's like I was flying backwards. I said, Lord, what is going on? I said, why can't I go forward? But I was flying back. I was flying like this, but I was going back. You know, like Superman fly forward, but I was going back flying. And I, laying down on my feet and visit different people. And so I had an ex-girlfriend of mine, and she said, oh, Ron's here. And I said, no, that man supposed to be gone. We shot him the other day, like this and that. And I hear that in my head, and I thought, hey, I'm still here, I'm right here. I said, if he here, we're going to get him again. And that's what happened. And and son said, get up and fly. I started trying to fly, and I couldn't fly, but all of a sudden I just flying, and it took me to another place. This place was like I was inside of like a rest home in a way, but it was more like a / rest home / on the other side of this rest home, it was described. Let me get very graphic out here. It was like you can see somebody. This place was like, let me tell you, it was like you was standing in a mirror, a wall. You can see through it. You know, like you go to a new bar, but you can't see the window unless you go inside and pay for it. But when you finish paying, when your money runs out, the screen just go blank. You can't see the dance or the stripper anymore. So that was going on the other side. But these people bodies, it had a head though, but it was disfigured like from top to bottom, and it was like these strange creatures. I ain't never seen nothing like that. And there was actually new people, but they was dancing, and when you try to look at them, they're transformed to something else. So it was crazy. But then I looked on the other side. It was like a rest home, like I don't know, it was a rest home or a bar. But these elderly people was watching television, and I noticed my grandma was watching TV with other people, and she called me by my middle name. And she said, what are you doing here? You don't supposed to be here. I said, what are you doing here? They said, I'm sorry, but you've been left behind, this and that. She was saying, you've been left behind. I said, what about you? Well, I didn't have a chance to make it. And man, that really woke my eyes up. And I hear that, and then I try to fly out of that room. All of a sudden, alarm goes off. Alarms all around is like it's burn, burn, burn. And the doors of the other side of that room where I seen the people dressed up that was dancing, nude, and all that stuff, it shut down, and bars locked the door, and the people the homeless, not homeless people, but the people look like a rest home / watching television area, weight room, whatever you want to call it, dining room. It was like they door shut up. But I tried to fly up like that, lift my hand up, I couldn't fly. And so you ain't, and something like say you ain't going nowhere. And that was it. So I eventually woke up at that vision, and it really shook me up and woke me up, and I said, man, this is interesting. This is deep. I ain't never experienced that no more. And I hadn't had that kind of vision like that in a while. Most of my vision now I've been dealing with is more peaceful. Like sometimes I have vision that I have a lot of flying vision. I take it that. I guess it's because I watched a lot of superhero movies and stuff like that. But I dream like I'm flying always, but I'm saving people or just flying. So I used to have this feeling that I thought I was an angel. And I always thought it was an angel called Raphael. That was one of the angels. He's actually a healing angel. Some of the you have to look in your research on different types of study Bibles and stuff like that. Mentioned especially in the Catholic Bible talks about Angel Raphael, and I thought I was him. So. Like I said, I just had a phone call. That's why somebody came through. But put it on that, baby. Appreciate it. But like I said, that vision I had, it was so crazy, y'all. And it was deep, very deep. And I never experienced like that before. But back when I said about the angel Raphael or Archangel Raphael, it was amazing. I thought I was him one time. We used to go around and say, I have the powers to heal and this and that. But I don't even realize that I'm not an angel. I'm just a messenger of God. Meaning, not a messenger, but I'm a messenger of God. Meaning that you give messages to people that's sent by God. And that's what I mean. It's the next closest thing to an angel. That's what I pretty much do a lot. Somebody calling me right now, so I have to ignore it as I'm doing this live feed. Don't want to interfere with the footage that I'm putting out to you now. So someone told me to say, if you have a vision like that, write it down or record it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting it out there. And if you have any visions or dreams, call me at the cell phone. And it's already on the screen. And when you go back and review this video footage, and I tell you, it's deep. And I'm pretty much a spiritual person. I read a lot from the Bible, and I also study things about phenomenons, like I said, a lot of things like that, supernatural events, and politics, and the government, and I'm also interested in hearing people talk about conspiracies and stuff, and linking it up with this and that. I don't want to go into detail about all that and stuff, because some of those people out there are very brave what they come up with and how they're presenting it to the social media and to the public, like I said today. But I'm just not at that point to talk or more about it, but I listen to their opinions and hear their different conversations about that topics. So I'm not a perfect educated person, but I do try my best to break down things that I know that I have learned over the years, and try my best to understand and gain more knowledge in that area. I can't speak as well. I didn't get to finish too much school, but like I said, I am a TV journalist on YouTube and this and that, and I work with various stations and stuff. But you don't have to really require education that much. But for me, I wish I did completed that last grade in my life. But that's how it is, especially when you grow up in a group home and deal with that issue and mental illness. And some people think, hey, that maybe this is why you're having these symptoms or these reaction. But no, people who deal with mental illness not really crazy or nothing like that. It's something they dealt with, or maybe they seen something it's unexplainable to people, and they don't realize, and they end up putting that person in a facility and putting them on medication that scientists made and maybe experimenting on this and that. What I mean? And all that stuff take place, and you gotta be careful. I'm not saying everywhere, forgive me, but I'm saying some of that stuff does take place. You gotta be careful. But that's why I have good doctors here, and I pray over the medicine and make sure everything's gonna be okay about it and fine and stuff like that. So, but I'm saying we're gonna get more into my visions more later on as the good Lord reveals that to me more, and we'll have more live feeds on other topics, and I share more details as it comes available. Like I said, I'm hopefully try to get more, and I pray that I get more. I'm not actually saying that I should pray for a vision, but if it comes, I will let you know if I can remember these things in detail, like I have revealed to you tonight. I would surely love to share that with you. But we have a weather situation coming up. We had some rain showers here today. Some people reported some rumbles of thunder in the area, and we're here in Forest City, North Carolina, and we had a couple of showers and thunderstorms that was reported in the area. So be careful out there today, and tomorrow we should have some showers as well, but maybe a lower chance for tomorrow. With today we had about 100% chance of rain showers that was in the area, but tomorrow it should go down probably about 80 to 90%, not that far down, but it's not going to be as much as bad as it was today. But it's actually still raining in Spindale, currently temperature 45 degrees, and expected to reach a little lower than that for tonight. So enjoy yourselves and stay tuned. We have more live feeds off and on, and hopefully we have a schedule that we'll do a live feed at certain hours, like as the news come on, we'll have it at 12, one at 5, and the evening one probably be at 10 o'clock. So that'll be it. That's all I have to say for right now. You have a good night, and we'll stop this live feed right now, and see you later.